Okay, so we are going to put our book together this week, and I've got all my pages ready to go in. So all you need is some cotton sheet. Any old fabric will do. If you've got some old duvet covers or, you know, bottom sheets like mine, then they'll be perfect. We're going to grab one of our pages. Sorry, I'm standing up, so my voice might get a bit weird. Weirder. And I'm going to check the height of my pages and hope that I can tear in a straight line. I can't cut in a straight line, so let's hope I can tear in a straight line. So you don't need anything fancy for this bit because you're not going to see this at all. So it can be any colour, doesn't have to be plain. If you've just got some old fabric that you're not going to use, then that would be perfect. Right, I think I can sit down now. All right, let's just check that it didn't go a funny shape. It did go a funny shape, but you know, as long as it's still can be used as our base, then I'm happy. Right, let's see, did it get much smaller? No, we're all right. So, oh, sorry, pussycat. So what we're going to do is just put all our pages on and leave a little gap at the end. So, hard to explain, but we're going to want this one on this side, like this. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to put this in. Well, I am, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed it all goes well. So I'm just going to put one pin in for now, just to keep that in place while I turn over and put this one on the other side. So that they line up, and then I'm going to pop a couple of pins in this side. Oh, I've got my tag in there. I can't put a pin through there. So your next page goes like this, and again I'm just going to pop a pin in at the top to hold it, and we'll turn the whole thing over like that and put this one on. It's going to be very chunky, but that's fine. Put a pin in just at the bottom. Okay, so we've got our first two pages ready. So what I'm going to do now is cut that, and I'm giving myself just some extra. I'll be cutting it off afterwards. That's one signature. So then we do the same with these. And I know what you're going to say. I haven't got enough pages. Oh, yes, and it's upside down. I know that too. I did make some more pages because obviously I know that it's just that 6 pages wasn't going to be enough. But I didn't do 2 purples. 2 purples was too much. I haven't got any purples. So let's put these together like that. I think the purple one is bigger than the other pages. It shouldn't be. I cut them all exactly the same. So you've got that in the middle, and then you're sandwiching it between your pages. So that was the end of my rainbow. It's actually the wrong way round, so I am going to change that. I want to keep it like the right way. So it's purple first, isn't it, on this side? Okay, so that this will then be the next one. So yeah, you're going, oh, you've got all that empty bit there. What are you going to do? I made some more pages. I made a pink one, which is upside down. And I made a black and white one because I just felt like it. So I'm going to use these just to finish off my book. Exactly the same. Okay. And then just cut that excess. If you're doing more pages, just carry on and put all your pages on like that in groups of 4, so that when you put them in the book, there'll be groups of 4. So next thing to do is just stitch them together. And I'm just going to grab what I've got here. So we're just going to go round the edges with a blanket stitch, and that's it. Okay, what's going on? Oh, there's 2 knots. Of course there is. Of course there's 2 knots. Just take that bit off. And this is lovely for keeping everything together. Just catch that loop just to start it off. So there we go. And I usually just go back through that now, so they've got a nice straight stitch to start with. So you can do whatever colour you like. I'm just going to use this cream because I've got it on my needle. You can do a different colour for each of your pages, or you can just use the same colour all the way throughout. So blanket stitch, lovely and neat. This makes the edges. Depending on how neat your stitching is. So as you can see, that is all I'm going to do. When I get to this bit, I'll trim this. I may trim it just underneath, like that, so that when you come to do it, I know I'm going to have some bits sticking out. I may do just a straight stitch down there if I've got lovely edges that I don't want to catch, and just do the chain stitch at the top and the bottom. Because I know I'll have this, and I'm just going to cut this just slightly. I'll show you in a second, just slightly this side, so that if I have got any really cute edges, I can just keep them together. Like this one, I'll do a chain stitch. I don't mind if I'm just a different stitch. Doesn't worry me. Just do whatever stitch you like. So I'm going to do that on all my pages, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with them then. Right, I'm back, and a couple of evenings spent blanket stitching the top and the bottom and doing a running stitch down the 2 sides. That's all I've done. And the pages are ready to go. They're just so squishy now. So there is a couple of ways you can put your book together. Now, I'm keen to get on with my big fabric journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly do a very easy put together of these. But I'll just show you 2 other ways that you could, if you wanted to, make a cover for it. So this is just a book that I've covered with fabric, and I've put like something on the front. You could do a rainbow or something on the front, and then you can just sew your signatures in through there. Obviously it's not the right size. If you don't have any old books that you can just use packing. This is just some card, and obviously I've done this on my other channel, so I've stitched it on with the machine, but you can just glue some fabric down and make yourself a front, and then just do the same and glue in, stitch in, not gluing in this, we are stitching, and you can just stitch straight through the cardboard. So you just make the cover whatever size you want. So that's 2 different ways you can do it, but I'm going to do it a different way. I've got 2 strips of fabric. I've not done this before, so we're going to see how it goes. And what I want to do is stitch them together like this, and then use them as a spine, but without anything else. Make sense? It will do. It will do. So the first thing is to just stitch these, if I can. Just, I'm nearly stitching to this. I need to probably take that off and just use the proper cover. So I'm just going to do some little stitches all the way up. I may go back and do some different ones in a minute, but this is all I'm going to do for now, just so I can show you what I'm doing, and then I'll embellish it a little bit more, because obviously it's a bit plain. And I'm doing red and the black and white because they're the ones that are at the front and the back. Oh no, you'd think I didn't actually throw this together. You'd think I actually planned it. I was thinking of what the quickest way to bind my book was, and this just looked like a very quick way to bind a book. And it's only like 2 signatures, so it really is going to be quite easy. Depending on how many pages you've made. I know some people have made quite a few pages. You may need to make your own little covers. Or another way you could do it, like stitching. Let me just show you quickly. So say you've got a piece, that you've stitched. You can always just use that as a cover. Obviously this is not the right size. And just stitch them into there if you've got a ready-made piece. So up to you how you want to do your book. And yes, it's gone wonky, because even if I'd have pinned this down, it would still have gone wonky. You know that. I'm embracing the wonky. I have to. It's the way I stitch. I just can't be doing all this neat stuff. Right, so I've stitched them together, and it looks fine. It looks fine, but I thought what I might do is I may do some little crosses up as well. Just because I just want it to look like, pretty. And these are just purely decorative. They obviously will hold it together better as well. Did I do a cross? I don't even think I even did a cross there. Should we go back down and do one there? Now, here we go. And we'll come up. Oh, the sun has been out this morning, and I've come home from work and it's gone. Now, I'm not very impressed. I'm not very impressed because I've got videos to make, Mr. Sunshine. You can just jolly well come back. Or at least don't bring them grey clouds. We don't like those. Oh, honestly, I wish I lived in a really sunny place, you know, nice and warm and sunny. Oh, it'd be so nice. I do love the sunshine. But you've seen me what I'm doing. So I'm just doing this, just all the way up there. I am going to have to rethread and everything. And I'll be back. I've popped the light on. And I have decided to put buttons on. And guess what colours? Yes, all those colours. So I'm just going to pop them down the middle. Why not? That's the wrong way, isn't it? Because the purple is on the outside of a rainbow. I know this because we had a rainbow yesterday. In the rain and the sun, like you do. And we had a lovely rainbow. I was very excited. I was like, oh, it's just like my book. I know, little things. Rainbows are like magical, aren't they? I love a rainbow. I know, I don't get out much. They said that to me at work today. You don't get out much, do you, Carol? I went, nope. I like being at home, I said. So, yeah. But, yes, I love rainbows. And we're just going to carry on with the yellow one. Obviously, I haven't got pink and black, but they're sort of there. So, oh, that's a bit close, isn't it? Obviously, well thought out and well spaced out here. I've just got to add some buttons. Just felt like it. I wasn't going to. Now, this is a teeny tiny button. It's the only orange one I've got is these little tiny ones. That's fine. Go up again. Just go round twice, I think. Just to make sure. We don't want to lose them. And then up for the last one, which is the red one. How cool is that? Yes, look how wonky they are. Excellent. I love it. So we have to now attach this to our spine. And we're just going to do that. So we'll start with this one. And I'm just going to lie it down like that. And I'm getting this really strong thread. This is, whatever this is. I don't know. It's an old vintage one I've got. And I'm going to stitch just straight up. Straight up. Hopefully it will stay straight. Let's see, shall we? Let's see if it stays straight. Because then all I have to do is just stitch down on the cover bit. Right, I'm going to have to do it this way, aren't I? I can't see. No, that's a problem. I can't see. Okay, come up. Come up where I can see you. Right. So this is why I chose the red and the black, so that they just sort of blended with the page. And I'm going to do a little back stitch because I think that'll be quite strong. Okay, I'll try and just keep this straight. Try. I could put a pin in it. Shall we try? See if that helps at all. Putting a pin in it. Sometimes it helps. So we'll pop one in there. Or maybe we'll do two. And I'll pop one in there. That looks about straight, doesn't it? And it may just hold it a little bit so I can actually stitch. So a little back stitch. Toughness. It's slightly tough. Get yourself a good needle. Quite a long one because you need to sort of pull it. I just thought this might be quite a different way to put a book together than we normally do. And I think it should work. I hope. Right, so I'm going to do a couple of just running stitches, and then I'm going to do a back stitch now I've got going. Now a back stitch, and just because it's quite strong then, isn't it? So might even be straight. Oh, I can do that. Nice little running stitch. Take you out. And the back bit, and then do some more. Now this is why you kept the centres sort of, easy, like leave a gap. That's why we left a gap. Because what we really don't want is lots and lots of fabric to have to go through when we're sewing our spines. It's doable, but it's just harder. And who wants to make life harder? Right, now I think what I need to do now is maybe I'm just going to go across here and come up there like that. Just hide my stitch a bit. And then I'm just going to do another row up there just because I think it will look nicer. And I won't have this bit flapping about. So we're just going to come up and do this. Oops, I've come up not even on my... I'm going to come across a bit and then we're going to go up. There we go. Now it may be a bit thicker now, as I am pretty much going through 2 pages. But it's fine. You can do it. Just slowly and patiently. No rush. There we go. Just hold that flappy bit down. And I've got a line of stitches on the back, which is fine. Just adds another layer. Right, so there we go. So I've gone up that side now. And we're just going to tie it off at this corner. Just going to make sure it's all flat. Just what I could do is just just a quick blanket stitch knot there, just like that, because I've done blanket stitch so it doesn't look out of place. and just tie it off. So there we go. That's our back 2 pages done. So all we have to do now is add our first 2 pages, if you see what I mean. So what I'm going to do again is I might hide all those. They're going to be in there. So yeah, I know I've got this little bit here. I'm not quite sure whether that's going to get tucked in or not, but whatever happens, it's fine. So we are going to position that quite close to there. I'm going to fold that in out the way, hopefully, and pin. Just pin it because I think it will move. Oh, I'm going through a button. Don't pin it where the buttons are. That doesn't work. And pin. So I hope you can see what I've done is I've got my button stitches behind there. I mean, I could put more pins in the other side, but you know, I'm not really that worried, but you could just pin it again on the other side, which would stop it from moving completely. Okay, and then do the same and stitch down there. Where did I put my, there it is. Okay. I haven't got it in the right place now, but you know, work it out. You'll see what you mean. If you haven't put buttons on, it won't look so bad. Put buttons on. Forgot you would be able to see. So just do a couple of little back stitches at the start to make it strong. And you can see I'm coming up. Hopefully I don't come up right on the buttons. Ow, I'm poking myself with pins. This is why I don't use pins. Ow. I'm going to hold it here. There's no pins here. I'm just going to do some little stitches, little running stitches, all the way up. The things I do. Oh, I'm there. Oh, I'm there. Okay. I'm going to get a knot in there if I can. It's not going to be a pretty knot. It's just going to be a knot. There we go. Put that away. I'll get some more of that. So that's in. So all we need to do now is fold this over. Now I think I've got too much there. Too much. Is it going to open? I just think it's so cool. What a cool way to do a spine. So I've folded that in. I think I'm going to trim some of that. I wasn't going to, but I think I might. Oh, it just hides my pretty stitch in here. Do I or do I not? Is the question. What would it look like? It would look like that. Oh, I think it looks better. Right, I'm going for it, guys. I know it's a little red stripe, but I can actually add it back on, but just further off. Oh, I'm making it more and more complicated, aren't I? So what I can do is I can put this on and then add that like there. What do you think? need the little red stripe. I have decided I need that. So I've made it very complicated for myself now, because this has got to be added back on, which is fine. I can do it. We're going to do it all in one. So I'm going to be stabbing myself with pins again. Sorry about the shadows. It's just dark again. It's getting so late here. I don't know what it is. It must be about 3:30 now. This is what we get. Silly darkness in the afternoon. And I've been so busy at the weekends, I haven't been able to do my my videos at the weekend, which is very annoying. Right, let's get some more cotton threaded up. And for our last little bit of stitching, we are just going to stitch this little band back on. So before I stitch through the whole book again, we are just going to do this. And I hope it works. Well, it's not bad considering I thought it up. And I went, oh, I can do that. It sort of worked. Like I said, it's a little bit more fiddly than I was planning, but I didn't want to lose that stripe. We may have to do stab stitch here, because stab stitch, you go down like that and then come back up, because it's too thick. It's too thick to get your needle through. Just going through a thick bit on the other side. So we just stab it. If you have to do one stitch at a time, do one stitch at a time. It's fine. What have I tangled on? I've actually managed to go through the loop of my little tag. How is that even possible, guys? How? How did I do that? I suppose, actually, it's a good thing, because I'm not going to lose it now. It has fell out a couple of times. So I could, let me see how long I need it for coming out. About that long. What I might do is I might do a little stitch here. Oh, I'm just the mother of invention today. And then I can go back. But that little ticket can go in and I can't lose it now because I've stitched it to my page. Well, there you go. Can I come back up? Nope. It is very thick. I'm going through all that. But that's fine. We will get there. I'll tell you what, I'll just do it and then I'll come back when I'm at the end, because I'm just going to struggle up here. Like this. If anything exciting happens, I'll come back. Of course, if you stop and think about it, like I didn't, you do not need to go all the way through to the other side. You can just catch a little bit from underneath. Yeah, I just thought of that when I turned round and decided that I was going to come back down this side like this. And I'm just going through the one page. And obviously taking all of my buttons with me. So you don't need to go through to the other page unless you want to. So there we go. It's something you learn when you actually stop and think, instead of just going, oh, we'll just wing it. So there we go. We are almost done. And I just thought I'd just pop this bit down as well, because I didn't want this flapping about like the other side. And I think it's going to look really cute. I can't wait to have a little flip through. Oh, no, I went all the way through there. Oh, well. You know, it is just a little scrappy book. Let's just attach these two together there with a blanket stitch of sorts. Oops. Always try and do that one stitch too many, don't I? And everything gets tangled up. And double knot that. And we are finished. How about that? Well, shall we have a little flip through? Well, here is my rainbow book. I have very colourful buttons down the sort of spine. And this is my back. They didn't actually go on the spine, but you know what? It doesn't matter, does it? We have our red and orange and yellow, green, blue, purple, woohoo, and pink. And I am loving it. I just have thoroughly enjoyed making this. I do hope that you've had just as much fun, because that's what it's all about. And I will see you next week for the start of a new exciting project. See you next Saturday. Bye for now.